Fecal transplants can be life-saving, but how? A fecal transplant is exactly what it sounds like. To treat certain gut disorders, doctors transfer stool from a healthy donor to a sick patient. Just a few years ago, only a few doctors turned to fecal transplants, typically as a last resort. But in randomized trials, the procedure has proved remarkably effective against potentially fatal infections of bacteria known as Clostridium difficile. The evidence has overwhelmed any squeamishness that physicians might have felt. "We're doing this treatment almost weekly," said Dr. Harry Sokol, a gastroenterologist at Saint Antoine Hospital APHP in Paris. Now scientists are testing fecal transplants against such diseases as ulcerative colitis, and even obesity and diabetes. A batch of new companies, well funded with venture capital, hope to commercialize the research. Yet for all the excitement, scientists still know surprisingly little about why fecal transplants work. Writing this week in the journal PLOS Biology, Diana P. Bojanova and Seth R. Bordenstein of Vanderbilt University noted that just a gram of stool contains a staggering mix of biological material, perhaps 100 billion bacteria, 100 million viruses and a million spores of fungi. That gram also contains 100 million microbes known as archaea, distantly related to bacteria, as well as 10 million cells from the lining of the gut. "There's a lot going on in there, it's a whole community," said Frederick D. Bushman, a microbiologist at the University of Pennsylvania. As if that weren't complex enough, someone's stool contains hundreds of species, and the mix varies tremendously from one person to the next. All this variety makes the consistent success of fecal transplants even more impressive. But how do they work? The bacteria in stool seem to be particularly important. Dr. Sahil Khanna of the Mayo Clinic and his colleagues isolated the spores of about 50 different species of bacteria found in stool samples donated by healthy people. They put the spores in pills, which they gave to 30 patients with C. difficile infections. As they reported in the July 15 issue of the Journal of Infectious Diseases, 29 of the patients recovered. Stool bacteria seem to help patients in a few different ways. "We understand, sort of, how they work," said Dr. Vincent B. Young, an infectious diseases physician at the University of Michigan Medical School.